Muy buenos días, bienvenidos. Good morning to all. Welcome. So this is week six, I believe, and this week we're focusing on worship. And for all of you mommies, trying to find the right time to worship. It's been a little challenging. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I've never been very disciplined with that part, and I don't have an actual routine because it's the mornings with kids and the schooling and getting them to school. It has always been a challenge for me, and I'm not much of a morning person. But finding those ways to worship God where it's about Him and not about us is so important to our relationship with Christ. And so I've always known it is so important because that's when God sees our heart. And so I just want to share with you one of the things that I do try to do, especially right now because I have a little bit more of the time with my children. But part of the worship time for me and what I use is I actually use different applications. Bible Gateway is one because we have access to technology right now pretty much 24/7. I will always make sure to go on my laptop and I will look at some of the devotionals. They have different devotionals for moms, for dads, for families, for children, for women, and I will look at the devotionals. I will read the verse of the day, and that is just my time to just think about the message and the verse and what it means to me, what it means to my children. I'll ask them questions. I'll encourage them to memorize scripture. So I'll try to do that. I also use an app called Abide, and it has different topics, and it's on my phone. So I'll pull it up, and I'll read a devotional during the day. And listening, I also try to listen to worship music in my house, in my car. All those different things are just ways to give out to God. There was a time when I thought worship was just going to church and singing and lifting hands, and but it's more than that. The Bible says in Mark that we need to love God with all our heart, minds, and soul, and worshiping God in spirit and in truth. And that's just giving our hearts, giving everything who we are to God. And wherever you find that, it's just so important because that's your relationship with Him every day. Finding those moments. I love going outside to my yard, and even if it's just 2 or 3 minutes, I just enjoy just thinking not about myself, but just thinking about Jesus and what He's done for me and what He's doing in my life, and the gratitude I have for my children, for my husband. All those are just worships to Him. It's taking away thinking of myself and just giving it to Him. That's part of what I do, and it can be different for all of us. Because let's face it, ladies, it's not easy. It's challenging times. So we need to find ways to just keep ourselves fed with the Word. And one last thing, I actually do index cards, note cards. If there's a verse that really spoke to me, I'll write it and I'll post it on my bathroom door and I'll read it. And that's also a way that it just keeps me thinking about a verse or God through the day. So those are just some ways I do it. I hope it encourages you and it helps you find your way. What works for me may not work for you, but just find those moments and those times where you could just be with God. It's between you and Him, and it's your heart, and that's really what He wants. He wants all of us, our hearts. Anyway, I hope that worked. I hope that works for all of you guys, and you find that encouragement. I love you guys. I love you, Mariners, and for those of you who are just checking us out, welcome to our church family. We love you guys. See you soon.